What is up? This is your LA in a minute, and I love this photograph because it's one of the most important photos in the history of Los Angeles and the United States. It shows the beginnings of the planned community of Lakewood in 1953, which became one of the most influential communities in the modern world. Think I'm exaggerating? I'm not. Let's get into it. Let me show you what I mean. This is an overhead view of Lakewood in 1949. Here's Lakewood in 1953. 17,500 homes were built in 3 years in a 9.5 square mile area. Wow. Now, though Levittown, Pennsylvania is credited with being America's first pre-planned suburb, it had major flaws, which the developers of Lakewood sought to correct and did so with wild success. The building of Lakewood broke records. A new home was completed every 7.5 minutes. A record of 110 homes were completed in a single day in 1952. It was the end of World War II and veterans had some money and needed homes. On the very first day of sales in 1950, more than 30,000 people showed up to look at one of the 7 model homes in Lakewood. Within 30 days, 200,000 people had already seen the homes, and they sold more than 1,000 with a record of 107 selling in a single hour. Now, special financing had something to do with it. World War II veterans could get these homes with zero money down and a 30-year mortgage at only 4% interest rate. Correcting from one of Levittown's major mistakes, there were 54 different models, so all the homes were slightly different and had their own character. So Lakewood was more than just rows of houses. It had sites for schools, parks, places of worship, and perhaps most importantly, the Lakewood Center, which provided a downtown for this community, the first of its kind. And by the way, the Lakewood Center is the oldest existing indoor mall in America. In 1954, as Lakewood's astronomical growth put the population at 70,000, the residents voted to be incorporated into Los Angeles, the largest community in the country ever to vote for incorporation and the first to incorporate in Los Angeles since 1939. So what made Lakewood a true pioneer is that it was the first contract city, which means it gets most of its municipal services through Los Angeles County. It's also worth noting that Lakewood's flatness is one feature that enabled it to be built so efficiently. The difference in height from one end of Lakewood to the other is only 4 feet in elevation. The success of Lakewood as a community is responsible for the development of suburbia all across the United States, as well as far-flung suburbs, even in China. Lakewood's population today hovers around 80,000 people, and Lakewood Center still provides life in the heart of Lakewood. And though Lakewood was not the first planned community, it was the first of its kind, and it set the pattern for suburban growth from the 1950s through the 2020s. All right, LA, it's been a minute.